Imagine yourself alone on a quiet beach. The sun is setting, shadows stretching across the sand as the waves roll in. Everything seems peaceful until a chill creeps over you, and you feel watched. The ocean, once inviting, now feels dark and endless, hiding secrets just beneath the surface. Today, we're uncovering 3 terrifying beach stories, real events that turned a day by the water into a living nightmare. These aren't ghost stories or myths. They really happened. So if you thought the beach was safe, think again. Our first story takes us to Hoek Beach, a beautiful stretch of coastline near Cape Town, South Africa. The waters here are popular for swimming and surfing, attracting both locals and tourists who come for the refreshing escape. But on a quiet day in September 2011, this peaceful beach turned into a place of terror. Michael Cohen, a regular visitor, arrived at Hoek for his usual afternoon swim. It was a clear, crisp day, and he waded into the chilly Atlantic waters, unaware of any danger. But just below the surface, a predator was closing in, one of the ocean's most feared creatures, a great white shark. Michael was about 50 yards from shore when witnesses saw a dark shadow slice through the water, heading straight for him. The lifeguards sounded the shark alarm, but Michael was too far out to hear it. Just moments later, onlookers watched in horror as the massive shark attacked, its jaws clamping down on Michael's legs with unimaginable force. The water around him turned red as the shark thrashed, pulling him deeper with each second. People screamed from the beach, but there was nothing they could do except watch. In a desperate fight for survival, Michael tried to push the shark away with his hands, but the predator was relentless. The great white struck again, leaving him with life-threatening injuries. Miraculously, after what felt like an eternity, the shark released him and vanished back into the deep. Lifeguards rushed into the water and pulled Michael back to shore. His legs were mangled, one of them nearly severed. He was in shock, bleeding heavily, but somehow he clung to life. Paramedics arrived quickly, and he was flown to the hospital, where doctors worked tirelessly to save him. After multiple surgeries, Michael survived, but he lost his right leg below the knee and part of his left leg. The attack sent shockwaves across Cape Town and around the world. Hoek Beach was closed for days, with heightened shark patrols and safety measures put in place. Locals and tourists alike were left shaken, reminded of the raw, unpredictable power of the ocean. Today, Michael Cohen's story stands as a chilling reminder. Beneath the beauty of the beach, danger often lurks unseen. While he showed extraordinary courage, his experience warns us that the ocean is as wild as it is beautiful, and sometimes it doesn't let go. Our next story takes us to Pāpalua Beach on the island of Maui, Hawaii. Known for its peaceful shores and scenic beauty, Pāpalua is a quiet escape where visitors come to unwind. But in the summer of 2015, this tranquil spot became the center of a haunting mystery that has never been solved. Mark and Elena, a young couple from California, chose Maui as the perfect place for their honeymoon. They had heard about Pāpalua's beauty and secluded feel, ideal for a private getaway. So, one warm July afternoon, they parked their car nearby, gathered their towels and snacks, and made their way down to the beach. The couple was seen walking along the shore, holding hands and laughing, completely unaware that this day would end in a way no one could have predicted. As the afternoon wore on and the sun dipped lower in the sky, other beachgoers noticed something strange. Mark and Elena's belongings, towels, sandals, a small cooler, were left on the sand, completely untouched. But there was no sign of the couple. As dusk set in, concern grew. Some bystanders notified the local authorities, who arrived to investigate. When they found the couple's belongings neatly arranged on the beach, but no trace of Mark or Elena, they began an immediate search. Search teams combed the shoreline, and divers explored the nearby waters, but there was no sign of the couple. No clothing, no signs of a struggle, no tracks in the sand leading away, nothing. Over the following days, search efforts expanded. Helicopters scanned the coast, rescue boats patrolled the waters, and volunteers scoured every inch of the beach. Despite their efforts, not a single clue was found. It was as if Mark and Elena had simply disappeared into thin air, leaving their loved ones and the island's residents in a state of shock and confusion. Locals have shared eerie theories about Pāpalua Beach ever since. Some believe the couple may have been swept out by a sudden rogue wave, while others whisper of darker possibilities. Perhaps they encountered something, or someone, in the more secluded parts of the beach. The island is full of legends and mysteries, and their vanishing only adds to the tales whispered about the beach at night. To this day, no one knows what happened to Mark and Elena. Their belongings remain the only trace of their last moments on Pāpalua's shore, a chilling reminder of how quickly paradise can turn into a place of unexplainable fear. Our final story takes us to New Smyrna Beach in Florida, a popular spot known for its beautiful coastline and excellent surfing conditions. However, this beach also has a darker reputation. It's often called the shark bite capital of the world due to the unusually high number of shark encounters in its waters. For some, it's a thrilling challenge, but for others, it has turned into an unforgettable nightmare. In July 2018, 19-year-old Jack Franklin decided to spend the weekend surfing with friends at New Smyrna Beach. He was an experienced surfer, no stranger to the occasional shark sighting, and like many locals, he brushed off the risks as just part of the territory. But that Saturday, the ocean had something else in store. It was a bright, sunny day, and the beach was filled with people soaking up the sun and enjoying the water. Jack and his friends paddled out into the waves, catching a few small swells as they chatted and laughed. The water was warm, visibility was decent, and the waves were just right. It felt like the perfect day for surfing, until, suddenly, it wasn't. Without warning, Jack felt a strong tug on his board. He looked down to see the unmistakable silhouette of a shark circling beneath him. Before he could react, the shark struck, clamping down on his leg with a powerful bite. The water instantly turned red, and Jack's scream echoed across the beach, cutting through the sound of the crashing waves. His friends watched in horror, paralyzed with shock as the shark continued to thrash, its jaws locked onto Jack's leg. In a desperate attempt to free himself, Jack began punching the shark, trying to pry it off. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the shark released him, disappearing back into the depths of the ocean. Jack's friends quickly paddled over and managed to pull him onto a board, rushing him back to shore as fast as they could. Lifeguards and paramedics were waiting on the beach, having seen the attack from the shore. They immediately began first aid, applying tourniquets to control the bleeding and stabilize him. Jack's injuries were severe. He had lost a significant amount of blood, and the tissue damage to his leg was extensive. He was rushed to the nearest hospital, where doctors worked tirelessly to save his leg. Although Jack survived the attack, the road to recovery was long and grueling. Multiple surgeries were required to repair his leg, and even then, he was left with permanent damage. The trauma of that day haunted him, and the incident became a painful reminder of the risks that come with swimming in shark-prone waters. The story quickly made headlines, further cementing New Smyrna Beach's reputation. Tourists were warned to stay cautious, especially in the deeper waters. While some shrugged off the risks, others couldn't forget Jack's harrowing experience and wondered if they would dare to enter the ocean again. For Jack, New Smyrna Beach was no longer just a favorite surfing spot. It had become a place forever tied to pain, fear, and survival. His story is a haunting reminder of the unseen dangers lurking beneath the waves, waiting for a moment of weakness or distraction to strike. These true beach horror stories reveal the unpredictable and often terrifying power of the sea. Whether it's the lurking presence of a great white shark, the mystery of a couple that vanishes without a trace, or the sudden fury of a shark attack spree, these incidents remind us that beauty and danger often coexist in nature. If you're planning a day at the beach, stay alert, stay aware, and never take your surroundings for granted. The ocean may seem inviting, but beneath the waves, a different world exists. One where humans are visitors, not rulers. So next time you're at the shore, remember these tales and keep a wary eye on the water. If these stories left you spooked, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling tales. And hit that bell icon to stay updated on our latest content. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, stay safe, stay vigilant, and think twice before you wade too far into the waves.